Hey guys, and welcome to VR Flight World. This is our YouTube channel. This is Dan, your host, and I'm going to be showing you guys a flight with some freeware scenery that I found from ORBX. And first off, I'm just going to show you guys my graphics settings here. So in the graphics settings, I have visual effects at maximum. I have texture quality at max. I have anti-aliasing down to absolute none. And a number of objects are up to high, and reflection detail is down to none. And the reason I put anti-aliasing down to nothing is because I used to have it up one level here to FXAA, which was nice, but it really affects your visual not your visual quality. It really affects the speed of your sim. So you can add a lot more. So I can add this up to high when I put that down to low. So if I put that up to the next level here, I'm going to have to adjust my number of objects. And in this case, I want the scenery, so I'm going to have that up high and put my anti-aliasing down. It creates a little bit of a jagged edge around things, but you don't, I find it's not that bad. You kind of get used to it. I don't mind having the little bit of jagged edges. Some people, it drives them crazy. But I find it's not bad. So let's get into it. A new flight. I'm going to be flying the Cessna Skyhawk 172, and we're going to be flying at the airport, which is the identifier of Echo November Oscar Victor. And this is Orsta-volda Hovden, and I'm sure I pronounced that completely wrong, but that is the airport we're going to be flying at. That is ORBX scenery, and we're going to be using that. So I have it on real world weather conditions, which happens to be scattered at this time, and 15:30 local time. So let's get started. Alright guys, here we are in the Cessna 172 default. Let's just adjust our view, make sure we're in the right spot. There, that's better. Alright, so let's get started. Take off my e-brake. We're not going to go through checklists or anything like that right now. We're just going to get on the runway and we're going to take off. So let's just do a complete loop right here. Looks like we have a crosswind, but not much of one. Well, let's just take a look here. Can't quite see the windsock properly. Yeah, we have a little bit of a crosswind. Actually, it looks like quite a bit of a crosswind, or a decent crosswind. So, yeah, so it might make an interesting flight. Alright, so don't judge my crosswind takeoff or landings, because I'm still learning. But here we go. Alright, we're in the air. We'll let it weather vane a little bit here. And as you can tell, it's pretty neat scenery. It's running really good in my headset right now. Sometimes the weather can adjust how your sim runs, because if it's very intense weather, it can actually slow your sim down a little bit. But I like to have the realistic weather. It just adds so much more to your sim when you have changing weather. I have it to update every 15 minutes. My weather will update with real world weather. So, all right, let's go right here. I don't know what way the real pattern is in this airport, but we're just going to go right. We're not going to fly an actual pattern. We're more interested in what the scenery looks like, and just play around with a little bit of a landing. fact, we're just going to fly right over top of the scenery here. Slow her down a little bit. Engine right down. Good. Let's put it right left here a bit. Alright, now you can see the scenery as I fly by. And you can see the town starting over here, so we'll fly over it and see what we have. School bus, lots of cool buildings around. We're going to get a little higher here. A little more right rudder. We're a little close to this mountain here for comfort. I'm going to fly up this way just a little bit, see what we have. It's pretty neat in VR when you're flying towards the clouds, because you can actually, it feels like the clouds are getting closer and closer. I can tell that I'm getting closer to that ceiling of the clouds. And being that I'm flying VR, or VFR, I want to stay outside those clouds. But it's kind of neat to be able to judge that distance above you. Alright, let's do a burn here. We'll stop, try to stop our climb here. Alright, let's go over there and find our airport again. I feel like I'm much too high here, so we're just going to let her drop a little bit. And also let the speed drop. It was kind of gray out here today. Visibility's not great, but that's what I love about real world weather. You're flying in you're flying the weather that's presented to you. It's just, it adds another challenge. It's fun. We're gonna slow down even more. I see a runway there. Still pretty high. And we're gonna add one. There's two things of flaps here. And adjust my trim. Yeah, we're going a little slow. Don't want to stall there. Up there. Perfect. So we're still high. Gonna let her drop a little bit quicker. We do have a little bit of a crosswind to fight, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, you can feel a little bit. Not too bad though. See how it is once we get to the ground. And just so you know, I'm flying in default weather. This is the X-Plane 11 weather. I don't have any add-on weather in here. Alright, let's put a little correction in here for crosswind. Go. We're on the ground. Alright. So there are some odd bits of the scenery. As you can see over there, there's a roadway that's fairly jagged. As well as right here, we're going to slow down for this so we don't hit the front end of the plane. Ooh, that's a little rough. And up and over. Can't imagine that's in the actual airport, but I guess I've never been there. And we're just going to taxi on back to the airport. And over this big bump here again. That way we can go explore the airport a little bit. Yeah, slow down here so I don't bang the front end. So this Cessna is the default. I do have two other Cessnas. One is the Reality Expansion Pack. And that is essentially uses the default Cessna, but it adds some more realism. So if I bump the front end in that thing, it would cause damage. This one, it would stop the sim, but in Reality Expansion Pack, I would have that damage next time I started my plane. The same thing would happen if you flood your engine, all kinds of things. So yeah, it's a great little add-on, and it's not too expensive to add on. But as you can see, I'm not running right now. Mainly because I didn't want any problems. If I had left something on the time before, if you leave lights on, the battery will drain, that kind of thing. So it's kind of a living plane. It's pretty neat. There's all kinds of things that happen with it. So I'll actually leave a link for that in the description of this video if you're interested in getting the Reality Expansion Pack. I know I'm not demoing that right now, but that'll be there as well. So I'm going to leave a link for this ORBX scenery, so you can check that out in there as well. Let's slow down a little bit here. And in we go. Alright, so it's a pretty cool airport. You can see the plane, the hangar. You got all kinds of detail around here. It's pretty neat. Pretty impressive. There's a couple people standing around. You got a little pickup sitting there. It's definitely a neat airport. I am definitely going to be flying here more often, so it is one to pick up, and it's at the best price. It's free right now, so check it out. I'll leave a link for that as well. I'm going to leave a link for any of the items that I'm using. For example, I'm using this yoke here, my rudder pedals, my throttle quadrant, which came with my yoke, and I will leave a link for those in the description. My Oculus Rift as well. That way, if you use those, I really appreciate it, because those will be affiliate links, and I do make a small commission on any affiliate links, but it won't affect your sales in any way. It won't cost you anything to use those links, but it does help me to keep producing more and more content. The other one item that I can't put in the description is my trim wheel. It's an old PS2 steering wheel, and it hooks up to the computer. It doesn't self-right itself, so it doesn't center itself, which is good for this. It just it allows you to leave it wherever you spin it. So the only way it would center itself would be if you plug power to it. So I don't have power to it, and it works great, as you can see. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, check out the scenery. It's great. ORBX did they have some great scenery for this one. So check it out. I'll talk to you next video. Thanks. Bye.